What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. I've been addicted to gambling for 24 years. And let me tell you, it hasn't done anything good for my life. So if you guys saw the last video that I just posted, I had a relapse. I went 30 days clean of gambling and I had a complete relapse. I ended up going out, getting some drinks for a friend's birthday, and I got the itch to gamble. So I did that. So if you guys haven't seen the video, go check it out. I'm really surprised that the video went viral. It's got over 20,000 views. It's crazy. I think people just want to see me crash out. They want to see me lose. But it was probably the most rawest video I've ever posted on the channel. You know, I left myself very vulnerable and show you guys the real me on who I am when I gamble. And clearly I was really intoxicated. Had a lot of tequila that night. You know, we got a booth, we got a bottle for the birthday party. So there was a lot of drinking going on. And I want to tell you that drinking alcohol really triggers me personally to gamble. Hardly ever will I go to the casino sober and lose a lot of money. It's always been after drinking alcohol. Now, clearly I know that alcohol is part of the problem of my gambling addiction. So that's something that I have to work on. So here I am a week later. I feel good. I feel great. Things are going good. I haven't really been thinking about going back to the casino. I don't drink during the week ever. The only time I do drink is like on the weekends, and it's usually one day if I have something going on. But yeah, the drinking, guys, it really contributes to the gambling. So I need to figure that out. I need to be extra careful when I go out drinking to not set myself up for failure. If you guys didn't see the last video, you know, I ended up winning money. I won about $260. So I didn't have to deal with the consequences of the disappointment of losing all the money, the gambling hangover, the next day. I didn't have to deal with that, guys, because when you're winning, your mindset is completely different mentally. So I'm very thankful. I thank God that I won. I'm not happy about the decision going there, but I'm at least happy that I won, and I'm not feeling miserable like crap crying on camera about all the money I just lost. So the last time I relapsed was about the same. I went 30 days clean and sober, no gambling, and then I went to the casino and relapsed. But last time it did not go well. Last time I lost thousands and thousands of dollars. So that seems to be like the mark for me, is about 30 days, and then I just really get that itch. Now, I have gone out drinking during this 30 days a couple times, and I didn't even really want to go to the casino. So that's kind of a good thing. But you know, it seems to be the thing about 30 days is when I usually break. So here I am a week later, feeling good. And I'm going to continue grinding, continue my journey to stop gambling completely. And that's the plan, guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Hello, how are you guys doing? I got a lot of videos, so if you want to check those out as well. But thank you guys for the new subscribers on the channel. I appreciate all the love from the new video. But yeah, everybody got to see me freaking crash out and go through withdrawals. But you know, sometimes people need to see that because it's real life, and that's the person that I am. And I'm kind of happy that you guys got to see that. So I wanted to share one more thing with you guys. Something that happened to me yesterday. So I went to Chipotle. I got myself some lunch, and I was eating. Some guy walked in. He had a red sweater on, long hair, some jeans on, kind of dirty. And I saw him come in, and I wasn't sure if he was homeless or not, or if he had just gotten off work, you know, because I'm in my work pants and they're dirty. So I didn't really think anything of it. So this guy, he got in line at Chipotle, and I figured he was gonna order some food, and that was that. So a couple minutes went by, and he came and sat down in front of me, but he didn't order anything. So my immediate thought is, you know, maybe this guy is homeless and he didn't have enough money to order what he wanted to order. So I continued eating, and then God kind of spoke to me. He's like, I think you should help this guy. I love helping people, but I only can help so many people because there's homeless people all over the place. So I said, God, if you really want me to help this guy, I need a sign. So a couple minutes go by, and this guy, he starts digging out of the trash can. He pulls out a Chipotle bowl with leftover food in there, a Chipotle cup that's empty. And there was a younger girl who was walking out of the bathroom, and she noticed this guy digging in the trash can. And she came back to the table where her mom was at, and she kind of whispered something to her mom. She probably said something like, hey, that guy's digging through the trash can, or whatever. I'm not sure, I couldn't hear. But 10 seconds later, the younger girl and her mom, they started holding hands and they started praying. Now, I don't know if they were praying for this guy or if they were praying over their food. But I knew from that moment that that was a sign that God was speaking to me, and he was saying, Mike, I want you to help this guy. Now, I believe in God. There's probably a lot of you guys out there that believe in God as well, and signs, and some of you guys that don't believe in God. But that's okay. If you're a good person, you know, things can still speak into your life, whether it's God or whatever you believe. So for me, that was the sign. That was all I needed. So I got up and I walked over to the guy and I asked him, I said, hey, are you okay? And he was kind of bent down like this. When I walked up behind him, I couldn't tell if he was on his phone or if he was crying or if he was praying. But he was praying. He had his hands up, you know, to his face, and it looks like he was praying. And I said, hey, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, are you hungry? And he said, yeah. And I said, hey man, I'll get you whatever you want. So he got up with me. I asked him what his name was. He said his name was Matthew. And I said, hey, I'm Michael. So we got in line at the Chipotle, and I tried to make some small talk with him. He wasn't much of a talker. He was really quiet. Didn't say a lot of words, just pretty much yes and no. And we got up to the window, and I said, all right, Matthew, what do you want? You know, whatever you want. And he's like, I want a bean and cheese burrito. And I was like, that's it? Just a bean and cheese burrito? I was like, you can have whatever you want, Matthew. And he's like, that's all I want, just a bean and cheese burrito. So we ordered the bean and cheese burrito, got up to the cashier, and I was like, you want a soda? And something to drink, Matt? He's like, no, I already have a drink. And I said, okay. So I handed him his burrito. He was happy with that. I left. I told him, have a good day. God bless you. And then I got to the car and I started thinking, man, this guy, all he wanted was a bean and cheese burrito. When he could have got anything he wanted on the menu, I would have got him anything he wanted. If he wanted some cash in his pocket, I would have gave it to him. But he just wanted a bean and cheese burrito. It was like $3.99. So I started thinking, like, we need to be more thankful and grateful for what we have. Because there's a lot of people who don't even have anything to eat, a place to live, a job. And Matthew was just so thankful for just a bean and cheese burrito when I offered him anything he wanted. So I just been really thinking, like, I need to be more thankful and appreciative of what I have and what God's blessed me with. So I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. And I want to try to bless other people as much as I can when I see people in need. You know, I've always given away clothes and stuff like that. But when you see somebody struggling, guys, if you have a little extra money and you could do something to help that person, then I encourage you guys to do it. You know, it's really hard out here for a lot of people, and I'm really thankful that I was able to bless him. Even though it was only $3.99 for the bean and cheese burrito, that didn't really mean anything to me, but it meant something to Matthew. So make sure to love one another, lift each other up, guys, and bless somebody this week. All right, that's the update I got for you. Hope you guys enjoyed my story and what I went through. And let's continue to grind with this gambling addiction problem. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. I love y'all. Peace.